Welcome to Mike's Mr. October and More. And as you can see, this is the 1973 Topps card of Bobby Bonds and Hall of Famer Willie Stargell, first base. And if I'm not mistaken, this picture was taken at Candlestick Park, because you could tell by the fence. Just a regular old fence. And of course, they're all padded now. But I'm really excited because if you watched one of my previous episodes, I did the 71 Topps Hall of Fame run. So what I got to be doing here is this 88 cards of all the Hall of Famers. And of course, this is card number 1, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and the Say Hey Kid himself, Willie Mays. And this is a pretty hard card to get in good, really excellent condition because it's card number 1. And I know me as a kid, I used to rubber band it. Actually, believe it or not, I think it was the 75 set. One year when we used to go to see my grandparents in Germany each year, I brought my baseball cards with me, the 75 set. And we were at Kennedy Airport in the main entrance there. And of course, the airport has changed a lot now. But back in those days, you walk into the main terminal, and I dropped all my baseball cards onto the floor, and they were scattered. And like talking about embarrassment. So I had to, pick up all the baseball cards quickly and then go on my merry way to pick up the flight. But that's one experience that I had. So as you can see, this is Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays. And here's the back of the card. As you can tell, it's a little off center in the back, and it gives her stats. But what I will do is I got to turn around the camera, and we can take a look at the Hall of Fame run. So here are the 88 cards of the Hall of Fame run for 1973 Topps. And this is from my top set collection. So, as aforementioned, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays. And as you can tell, it's pretty off center, miscut in the back. That's a really nice card. I'm glad to have it, part of my collection. And as you can see, here's the stats of the players, their home runs for each year. Then we have Don Sutton. It's a nice card, really nicely centered, nice corners. And here we go. I showed this card before, and this is a beautiful card of the late, great Roberto Clemente. Unfortunately, he had an untimely death. What a great guy. And here's the back of his card. And this card is from my original collection as a kid. I don't know how I had it to get it so beautiful, but this card is like gorgeous. Beautifully centered. All 4 corners are sharp, so I'm sure this be like an 8 or a 9 if I ever get graded. Here's my next card. Rod Carew, the hitting machine. Billy Williams, that's a surprise batting leader. And here are the stats. Next one I showed on my Johnny Bench run. Home run leaders. Nicely centered, gorgeous. Look at that card. Next one. Here we go again. You almost thought it's the same card. RBI leaders. Richie Allen. Johnny Bench. Richie Allen should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why he isn't. He was a hitting machine for like 10 to 12 years. Burkamp, Benares, Lou Brock. I'm a big Burkamp, Benares fan. Next one is going to be Steve Carlton, Louis Tiant. I'm a big fan of Steve Carlton, lefty. Doesn't get much hobby love. Louis Tiant, I saw him play with the Yankees. Steve Carlton, Gaylord Perry, and Wilbur Wood. I think that year I know one year Wilbur Wood was like 20-20. Like, who does that nowadays for a pitcher? That ain't happening anymore. Here we go. Strikeout leaders: Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton. Here we go. Tony Oliva. Oliva. Great hitter. Kind of injury prone. Here we go. Ernie Banks in there. It looks like that's Candlestick Park. Here we go. Raleigh Fingers. So if you saw the 71 card run I showed of you of Raleigh Fingers, he wasn't wearing a mustache. Now he does. Here we go. Ted Simmons. Fairly recently elected to the Hall of Fame. Greatest defensive third baseman without a doubt. He had like 18, 20 gold gloves. Like, that's mad, crazy, insane. Actually, I went to a game in 74 at Shea Stadium when the Baltimore Orioles, I was at that game. And actually, Brooks Robinson didn't play that game. It was a young Doug DeSensei playing third. Here we go. Henry Aaron, or Hank Aaron. Beautiful car. Look at that. Tad off center, but the corners are gorgeous. Back of his card. Off center in the back. Be honest with you, 73 set's not one of my favorites. I hate the backs, the brown and the black. Here we go. Ron Santo. Nice 4 sharp corners. Tad off center, but I'll take it. Here we go. Earl Weaver. Here we go. Here's a fiery manager. Saw him manage. Jim Palmer. Phenomenal pitcher. Luis Aparicio. Of course, we knew he played for the White Sox. The Goose. Saw him play personally at the stadium with the Yankees. Gave up that home run to George Brett, that infamous pine tar incident. The Goose. Here we go. I love this card. California Angels, but if you look closely, that's actually a LA Dodger uniform he's wearing. I love that card, though. Great in-action card. Young Dick Williams. There's this card, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of variations on the manager cards for 73. Some go 2 variations or 3 or 4 variations. I don't have all the variations. Fergie Jenkins, another beautiful card. Fergie from Canada. He put together like 5 seasons in a row, like 20 games. Let's see if this focuses. I don't think it's going to focus. Camera's not doing too good today. Here we go, Bob Gibson. Great player. Beautiful card, 4 sharp corners, tad off center. Carlton Fisk. He is a native of Vermont, where my family's from. He's from Bellows Falls. I think it's not too far from where my family is from. Burt Blyleven seemed like he was pitching forever. Look how young he looks there. Billy Williams. There we go. Always had that nice kind of like half smile. Okay, here we go. Hall of Fame run. I guess it's because Johnny Bench is in that photo there as the catcher. Here's another one from World Series. Tony Perez. It's got a big crease here, as you can tell. Probably get that upgraded. I know a lot of YouTubers are at the National this year in Chicago. Actually, going to the East Coast National, which I've been to quite a few times up in White Plains. It's going to be next month. I think it's basically on par with the National. Not as many people, but it has like 500 dealers. They have an upstairs and a downstairs. Past few years, they haven't had a downstairs, but it looks like this year they will, and they have autograph sessions. A lot of great vendors and dealers, stuff there. I think this is because that's Tony Perez there, sliding into home. Here we go. Johnny Bench again. I don't remember this play, honestly, or what happens. Yeah, well, out at home. Here's the next card. Guess that's Johnny Bench in a home run. Now, I couldn't figure out in this card who the Hall of Famer is unless somebody knows. I don't know if Reggie Jackson's in there or what. But this is part of the Hall of Fame run. Players. Here we go. Gorgeous card. Nolan Ryan. Ryan Express. Joe Morgan. Another beautiful card, nicely centered. Jim Catfish Hunter. That's at Oakland Stadium, Alameda. Died tragically. Had that disease, I forgot what it was called. Here we go. Eddie Matthews. One of the top 3 third basemen ever to play. There we go. Lou Burdett. I think he's a Hall of Famer too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yaz. Here we go. Most of his cards, he doesn't really smile all that much. Always had that serious look. And as you know, his grandson, Mike, plays for the Giants. I saw Yaz play at the stadium in person. Here we go. Yogi. Yogi, Yogi, Yogi. Where's your yoo-hoo? Then he went back to the Yankees. Tony Perez. Always had that distinctive batting stance. Here it's off center, left to right there, as opposed to the other way. Al Kaline. There's a variation on this. Right where my finger is, there's like a break in the solid black line. Here we go. Get this. Look how young Sparky Anderson looks. Ted Kluszewski there. He's not a Hall of Famer, but famous for his short sleeve shirts. But look how young Sparky looks there. Here we go. One of my favorite pitchers, as I mentioned before, Steve Carlton. Probably the second greatest left-handed pitcher ever, at least in the modern era, behind Warren Spahn. There we go. The Say Hey Kid himself, Willie Mays. Last playing card. Lou Brock. Whatever games I went to as a kid with my father was always at Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium when the Yankees played that one year, 75. Never went to a Mets game. Here we go. Rod Carew. What a player. That's at the old Yankee Stadium. I think he had a 328 or 329 lifetime batting average. That's crazy. You won't see that nowadays. Camera's not doing too good today. Focusing. Here we go. Jim Palmer. The pool. Jim Catfish Hunter. Gaylord Perry. Here we go. Tom Terrific. Phenomenal player. Actually, I saw him at a Baseball Writers Association dinner in New York City one time. I have photos of him. I got to show that one of these days. Now, here we go. Here's Willie Stargell. This card is really beat to hell. Didn't even really realize that. I forgot all about it, but it's really bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you Willie Stargell in this card with Bobby Bonds. And when I go to the East Coast National next month, I got to upgrade my Willie Stargell card. Add that onto my want list. Gene Mauch. There you go. Larry Doby. Actually, I got a story behind. Oh, actually, I don't. Forget it. I was thinking of a different manager there. Larry Doby, Montclair, New Jersey. Oh, here we go. Johnny Bench, greatest catcher ever. I wonder what stadium that's at. Next one, Gaylord Perry. Now, if you look closely in the back there at third baseman, I don't know if you can see it from the camera. I don't know if anybody knows, but that's Greg Nettles before he went to the Yankees. Greg Nettles. What a great player. Here we go. Willie Stretch McCovey at Candlestick Park. Probably looking, did a foul ball, and he said probably the ball flew over the stadium because of the wind. I don't know, that might be Johnny Bench also there. Here we go. Warren Spahn, pitching coach. There you go, Rocky Colavito, borderline Hall of Famer. And here's the variation. One's orange and one's brown in the background. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. Yeah, see the one is on the top is a darker color. It's a variation. Next one, Joe Torre. He was an MVP 1 year. I think it was 71. Check out those sideburns of Joe Torre. Won a few World Series with the Yankees. Here we go. This is the all-time leaders. Ty Cobb. Didn't look too happy in that photo. Lou Gehrig, greatest first baseman ever, without a doubt. Without a doubt, the greatest first baseman. Who knows how much further he could have gone with his career if it wasn't for Lou Gehrig's disease. Hank Aaron, Aaron Hank. Babe Ruth, the GOAT. Don't care what you say. Babe Ruth is the GOAT, without a doubt. He is the bar. Ty Cobb again. 367 average. That's crazy. Crazy. Just to think that, like the Phillies have a leadoff hitter that's batting under 200. That's ridiculous. Oh, my book fell down partially. Haha. Here we go. Walter Johnson. Cy Young. These cards I bought later, the all-time leaders. That's a beautiful card there too. Walter Johnson. Of course, strikeout was blown away by Nolan Ryan. Juan Marichal. Brendan Shane Dean. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Phil Necro. Didn't look too happy there. He pitched forever too. There you go. Bill Mazeroski. That's why. Dave Ricketts. He played for the Cardinals for a number of years as a catcher. Jim Kittycat. Now this I really get a kick out of because it's showing actually a pitcher batting. Like, when's the last time you've seen a baseball card of a pitcher batting? If you know of one, let me know. Here we go. Guy doesn't get much hobby love. Not too many people know Orlando Cepeda played for the Oakland A's. I didn't know. Maybe I knew, but forgot about it. That's at Oakland Stadium. We're almost near the end. Whitey Herzog. Airbrushing. Walter Austin. He was around forever. There you go. Tommy Lasorda, who would later become manager. Now, here we go. Here we go. Probably the greatest third baseman ever. Look at that card. That's a beauty. Mike Schmidt, John Hilton, and Ron Say. Look at that card. Woo! Look at the corners. Tad off center, but so what? And my last card of the Hall of Fame run is going to be none other than the wonderful Leo DeRocha. Look at that. I didn't even know he was a manager for the Houston Astros. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope I didn't bore you too much. But hope you leave some comments. Give me a thumbs up. If you can, watch my last video about the 1992 French's Pairs baseball cards. Got some Hall of Famers there. So take some time to take a look at that last video. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks again for watching Mike's Mr. October and more.